after our community has come out strongly fighting, could he explain whether they have a program so that we could know, other than the Nubian community, which other community is likely to be gazetted as a community? Because we have still unrecognized communities in Kenya. And how many are they in total? Those ones which have been recognized and those are yet to be recognized. Because it's been happening slowly by slowly, Mr. Speaker, from the Shona community, different communities. Once in a while, they get recognized, the ones settled in Kenya, Mr. Speaker.
Do you know one that has not been recognized? We start from there. Which one?
Mr. Speaker, what happens is that we have quite a number from Makonde. Yes, I want to be informed, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mohamed Faki.
Ni kweli masuala ya makabila kutambuliwa ni jambo ambalo liko hadhir, na kule kwetu pwani kuna kabila ya Wangazija, ambao Wangazija originally they are from the Comoros, but they have settled here for many years, and I brought a statement in the course of this year. I don't know whether Senator Chute had worked on that, but Wangazija, Mheshimiwa Speaker, ni baadhi ya makabila ambayo hayajatambuliwa katika.
Senator Faki, you cannot be changing languages the way you want, you know. You just stick to one language.
Samahani Mheshimiwa Speaker.
Swahili, please stick to
Samahani Mheshimiwa Speaker, ni kwamba Wangazija, kabila la Wangazija ni katika makabila ya Waswahili. Ni moja ya yale ambayo hayajatambuliwa katika Jamhuri yetu ya Kenya. Na majuzi nileta taarifa hapa katika bunge letu, na nafikiri kamati ya uwiano na Umoja wa Taifa inashughulikia swala hilo. Asante.
Senator Mboni.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, with your kind permission, I was the one on the floor. Mr. Speaker, that's a tribe I was forgetting, but I'm aware there are quite a number. I'm sure Honorable Murkomen knows.
And got the question. He has the question.
Yes, already. So that he can tell us how many more from Wangazija, now how many more?
Senator Boni.
Mr. Speaker, we must collectively congratulate the government for the decision to make it easier for the Somali community and other border communities to move away from being discriminated. But Mr. Speaker, this is the time. The minister must now tell the country, what security layer have you put there to ensure that potential terrorists who have used these borders before and visited a lot of violence to Kenya do not abuse this directive?
Answer those three questions, clarifications or supplementary questions, then we make progress.
I think, Mr. Speaker, and I want Senator Sifuna to listen to this, because I'm responding to this question. I think Senator Sifuna is confusing recognition in terms of as a standalone community with citizenship. The reason why ceremonies were done for the Shonas, the Pemba, the Makondes is because they were gaining citizenship. The Nubians were not gaining citizenship. They were being recognized as a standalone tribe in Kenya. And that has happened so many communities, and it's ongoing. Like even now, I have an application in my office from the Mara community, from Tharaka Nithi. They want to be recognized as standalone from the Nithis, that they want to be recognized independently, and so forth. And it goes through a process of vetting, consultation, public participation, and so forth. For the Nubians, as I read in the statement, they were already Kenyans, and they were recognized under Code 81 until now, 2020. On the question of I think that was really your main concern. On the question of land, I think that's beyond my jurisdiction, unless I specifically go about it to see lands, and maybe an issue that we need to continue interrogating. And if the question was to come to us specifically, that security component, of course, we will deal with it. I think that applies then to all the supplementary questions including from Makwiny Senator and from the Mombasa Senator, all Senator Manza and Senator Faki, all those questions are actually related to citizenship. And so we go through application processes. And there's one from, I think, Bali, from Taita Taveta that is under consideration, under application, and so forth. And that will be processed accordingly. We also have a secretariat that deals with minority groups that then identifies these groups, and then they usually ask it to be identified independent of the others. Senator Boni Galwale has raised the question of security with the removal of extra vetting. No, first of all, Senator Sifuna said that in Kisii, for example, Nubians are still being denied identity documents on an account of being not citizens. Now you need to separate that there is Nubians, Kenyans, and Nubians who are still coming from other countries, Sudan, Uganda, who are living other countries. So they have to go. If you don't meet the criteria of Kenyan citizenship, of course you still go through process. You will be denied citizenship if you are. It's just like we have Maasai from Tanzania and Maasai from Kenya. Not every Maasai will be given ID here, or a Luya from Samia from Uganda and Samia from Kenya. It doesn't apply, or a Sabaot from Kenya or Uganda. So there's a process that you have, or Pokot from Kenya and Uganda. You have to go through certain processes. Mr. Speaker, on the question of removal of extra vetting requirements for citizenship, I know where Senator Boni is going by using the Somalis example. It was not a Somali thing. It's a Kenyan thing. That's why we talked about the Nubians in the city of Nairobi and other parts of Kenya. This is a problem that during Jukwaa la Usalama, I realized that people of Kwale, Mr. Speaker, people of Kajiado, people of Narok, people of Migori, people of Busia, Kakamega, some parts of Kakamega, especially now Bungoma, you go to Trans Nzoia, you go West Pokot, Turkana, Marsabit, and then now the northeastern counties of Wajir, Mandera, and Garissa, plus Lamu and Tana River were facing. So it is not confined to one community. In fact, the Pokots as aggrieved are as people who are in Lamu. So it's not a problem of one community, and the vetting process applies, security concerns applies all over the place. There is also this misguided feeling, which I have seen in the media and political space, that the communities in Northeastern are homogeneous, and therefore they would allow a foreigner to come and be part and parcel of Kenyan community. I think it stems from the fact that very few people have visited those areas. There are hardly 10 people here, not even 10. Maybe there are hardly 2, 3. Maybe Senator Mofire, in his previous assignment, may have worked there. But there are hardly maybe 5 people in this house who have spent a week in Northeastern, including myself. The longest I've done is 4 days. So sometimes people do not appreciate the understanding of the place in the first place. So the gap, their failure to understand is filled by propaganda. The truth is that just the same way, that's the same way people come from other border counties. In Kajiado, for example, they will not allow a person from Tanzania, because they speak the same language, to come and take over their land or become part of the population of their land. It's the same way in Wajir, it's the same way in Mandera and other parts of the country. I think this ethnic profiling of one community should come to an end, Mr. Speaker, and people to appreciate the vetting process, which was extra, is unconstitutional, because the Constitution says all Kenyans must be treated equally. The person in Migori border in Isibania who is being denied documents because they are bordering Tanzania deserves equal treatment with the person in Turkana and the one in Wajir. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
You. Now let's go to the next question. Question 049, Senator Shakil Abdar. Just a minute. She has just one simple question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my question is on the ban of night travel for public service vehicles along Lamu-Wito-Garseni Road. Honorable Speaker, my first question is, when will the current ban on night travel for public service vehicles along Lamu-Wito-Garseni Road, which was imposed to curb terrorism in July 2014, will be lifted? Number two, measures put in place to ensure a swift response to medical and security emergencies at night. Mr. Speaker, number four is how the government has involved local communities in assessing the impact of the ban in the region's economy and transport sector. And finally, Mr. Speaker, immediate and long-term measures implemented to prevent attacks, security transport routes in Lamu County, and avoid future travel restrictions. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable CS.
The Speaker, on part one, the Speaker, the travel ban first imposed in July 2014 was prompted by a series of frequent terror attacks along the road targeting travelers, including passengers and vehicles transporting goods. Terror threats in the area remain significant, with the most recent incident occurring in Mangai, Lamu East, on 14th March 2025. The ban has continually been based on the evolving threat levels posed by Al-Shabaab, who remain active in the region, and once the circumstances change, the ban will be lifted. In fact, it's part two of the question answers part one, Mr. Speaker, where the Senator is answering questions of emergency, especially at night. One is that security agencies have strategically positioned armored vehicles along key points on the route, ensuring rapid response to any security emergencies. In collaboration with the Lamu County government, medical response teams have also been stationed in every sub-county hospital with standby ambulance ready for immediate response. Patrols and police presence have been intensified along the roads and business centers to enhance security and vehicular movements. A multi-agency command center has been established in Lamu to facilitate swift response to any attacks. On part three, Mr. Speaker, the ban has affected the economy of the area. The government is, however, actively working to neutralize existing threats, and efforts are underway to restore security, with the ultimate goal for recommending a lifting of the ban once the area is deemed safe. On the last part, Mr. Speaker, the following measures have been taken to enhance security in the area. Foot and mobile patrols have been intensified to ensure strong and visible security presence. Implementation of counter-violent extremism strategies to prevent radicalization and promote long-term safety. Intelligence sharing among security agencies has also been improved to enhance the effectiveness of counter-terrorism operations. Community policing is being promoted as a key tool to strengthen collaboration between security agencies and the public. Ongoing engagements between the local and religious leaders in order to facilitate timely and proactive responses to emerging security threats. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Do you have any supplementary question, Senator Shakira?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank the Waziri for his response. As you are aware, Mr. Speaker, this ban has been there for the last 11 years. We know the security is very important, and it's a very serious issue. And we know there are areas in this country which are neighboring the borders, whereby they have more serious security issues than Lamu. But yet, there are no bans which has been put in those counties. My question to the Waziri is, if he realizes, and he has put some measures which he has narrated here clearly, I don't know what more is left for him to do in 11 years which has not been done, that will be done now for this ban to be lifted. Mr. Speaker, what I'm asking from Waziri is the timeline of whatever he is doing. When will it be done and completed so that this ban can be lifted, which has been there for the last 11 years, And it has been affecting us economically and in many different ways. And even we cannot have tourism because of this ban. Mr. Speaker, the measures which he has put in place are good enough, which he has narrated here. What more needs to be done? And us, as members, as Kenyans, we are suffering. We are like in a curfew. For 11 years, we cannot move, Mr. Speaker. No other part of this country is suffering the way Lamu is suffering. I don't know whether this is fair. It is not fair, Mr. Speaker. 11 years, we can't move. We need answers. We are tired, and it's enough.
Any other supplementary question on this question? Senator Ramu.
On the same issue?
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to sincerely thank the Cabinet Secretary for the question, actually, the way he has answered the question. Cabinet Secretary. Honorable Speaker, the buck stops with the government. It is the government that is supposed to tell us when those roadblocks are supposed to be lifted. But for the time being, Honorable Speaker, I want to support the Cabinet Secretary, and I want to say that we as the citizens of Lamu, we are looking at the government to make sure that they prevent and actually they give the necessary security to the people of Lamu. Lifting the roadblocks, Honorable Speaker, does not mean that the security of that area is now in good place. Honorable Speaker.
Do you have a supplementary question?
Yes, I have it. Honorable Speaker, I want to say this, that I want to repeat by saying that the buck stops with the government, and it is the government that is supposed to tell us when these roadblocks will be lifted. Honorable Speaker, I want to oppose the question by Honorable nominated Senator. Honorable Speaker, finally, Honorable Speaker.
I thought you have, okay, you agree with the CS.
Yes, I agree with the CS. Yes, now the supplementary question is this.
So that's okay then.
Okay. Now, Honorable Speaker, my supplementary question is, there is a very big problem in Lamu. And I want the Honorable Cabinet Secretary to explain to us, when is he prepared to remove the asbestos that are in Mpeketoni police stations that has been there for a very long time. Actually, when the Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Duale, actually gave a directive that all those asbestos should be removed. And they have never been removed, Honorable Speaker. And I want to know, when is the government preparing to remove all those asbestos?
Okay. And Senator Faki, last one on this question.
Haya mambo ya Lamu sisi pia yanatuathiri watu wa Mombasa. Mheshimiwa Spika, ningependa kujua kutoka kwa waziri, hii vizuizi vya kuzuia watu kusafiri Lamu vilitolewa kama kupitia kwa gazeti rasmi la serikali, na gazeti hilo lilichapishwa mwaka gani na tarehe gani? Kwa sababu huwezi kuzuia watu kutembea.
Naomba sasa tuulize swali, tuache taarifa.
Ni swali hilo Mheshimiwa Spika. Huwezi kuzuia watu kusafiri bila ya kutumia gazette notice. Kwa sababu katiba inatupa uhuru wa kutembea wakati wowote. Kwa hivyo iwapo kuna vizuizi vitaka kuwekwa na serikali, lazima kuwe na gazeti rasmi la serikali ambalo litasema katika eneo hili huwezi kusafiri usiku kuanzia saa 12 jioni mpaka saa 12 alfajiri. Wakati wa COVID, Mheshimiwa Spika, kulikuwa na gazette notice kama hizo ambazo zilitolewa kuzuia watu wasiweze kusafiri. Na kila baada ya miezi mitatu zilikuwa zile gazette notice zinaletwa katika bunge hili na bunge la kitaifa ili kuongezwa. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Senator Chute, just direct to the question, your supplementary question.
Yangu ni mambo ya roadblocks. Mheshimiwa Spika, roadblocks ni shida kubwa sana kwetu. Marsabit kulikuwa na roadblocks 17. Saa hii nataka kuuliza waziri kama anajua kuna roadblocks imeanza kuingia usiku mahali inaitwa Turbi na Bubisa. Kama hiyo roadblock ni inaingia iko gazetted ama inaingia kwa njia ya kinyuma nyuma, atueleze na iondolewe. Asante sana.
Hiyo iko kwa barabara ya kwenda Ramu.
Barabara ya kwenda Turbi, barabara ya kwenda Moyale iko Turbi na Bubisa. Watu walipo Mheshimiwa Speaker,
watu walipo swali hili inahusikana na swali ambalo liko katika
Mheshimiwa Speaker, watu ya Marsabit wana watch. Huyo madam alipouliza wakasema uliza ya Turbi na ya Bubisa pia. Honorable Speaker.
Asante. Wamekusikia wale.
Asante.
CS, respond to those supplementary questions. We make progress. So far, so good. Professor Jenda, keep yourself set with your questions.
So, Speaker, on the ban, I agree with the Honourable Senator that it has affected the economy of the people of Lamu, and these are not contestable facts. It is the truth. But, Mr. Speaker, weighing it against the loss of life, balancing the economic issues and the loss of life, the government will side with the side that is protecting lives. Mr. Speaker, it is good to also realize that we are not banning movement to Lamu completely. It's just at night to ensure that we protect and prevent any possible terror attacks. Because, Mr. Speaker, losing one life is one too many. So I ask my sister to bear with us as we continue assessing. Unfortunately, we can't give timelines because the timelines are dictated by external factors that we must deal with first. And that threat is continuous. The threat is still significant. And so it's important for us and for you in support of the economy of Lamu. In fact, if you were to be very deliberate in terms of your calculation, the cost of one attack of a terror outweighs 365 nights where you ban transport at night. So it is important to prevent, even for economic reasons, it's important to prevent any possibility of any attack along the road. And Mr. Speaker, we will continue assessing these issues to ensure that by the time we tell citizens to travel, we are very sure about their safety. This was already a Gazette notice that is in place. It's just that we have been extending every 3 months via Gazette notice to a continuation of the same. On the roadblocks raised by Senator Chute, I think I am sure those are operational issues. I'm sure the National Police Service from time to time review the need to have roadblocks. It's important for Senator Chute to know that for the country, because I know Senator Chute knows that we are having also a problem in the border between Marsabit and our neighbors, especially dealing with OLF and OLM. And that problem has spilled over to Interland because there is drug trafficking, there is trafficking in human trafficking, there is issues related to banditry, and there is smuggling of ammunition and guns. So if you see roadblocks around Marsabit and Isiolo, it's because of the operation that is going on between our border and our neighbors. Lastly, I think the question on asbestos is a matter of great concern. Maybe it's not related to the Gazette notice of night ban, but Mr. Speaker, it is important that this is the directive given by Ministry of Environment applies to all institutions of government, and I've seen asbestos all over the place in police stations, hospitals, schools, and I think this is a subject we can come and discuss comprehensively, Mr. Speaker, another time. I thank you.
Senator Ojenda, Professor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I have 3 questions, and I have 3 responses from the CS. Mr. Speaker, my first question, question number 80, just to paraphrase the questions. I start with question number number 28, Mr. Speaker, in summary, could the CS or Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration provide us a status update on the operationalization of Kanyakwa location in Kisumu East constituency, Obunga sub-location in Kisumu Central constituency, and Kabonyo Kanyagwal division in Nyando constituency, all in Kisumu County, and provide timelines for the full operation of the said units. 2, are there plans by the national government to construct offices and other supporting infrastructure, deploy administrative officers, and provide necessary equipment to the administrative units? And if so, could the CS explain any specific measures put in place to fast-track the process and address any challenges faced so far? 3, has the ministry engaged members of the local communities on their needs and concerns regarding the operationalization process, particularly relating to the location of divisional headquarters at Kabonyo, Kanyagwal? And lastly, Mr. Speaker, could the CS also state all government services that will be made available to residents of the said units upon full operationalization? Mr. Speaker, I have received responses from the CS on this question, which responses are satisfactory on the operationalization. So I don't think that CS need to respond on this one. It is satisfactory.
Let's go to the next one.
Yes. Mr. Speaker, the next one is question 29, again addressed to the CS Interior and National Administration. Could the Cabinet Secretary provide a detailed account of civilian deaths, injuries, property destruction, and vandalism looting during the Gen Z-led demonstrations June, July, August 2024? Could the CS explain the reasons behind the protests, detailing arrests and any charges filed? What security measures were in place to protect Parliament buildings during the security breaches of 25th June 2024? And was there sufficient intelligence to anticipate the magnitude of the demonstrations? Lastly, what protocols and measures have been implemented to ensure that law enforcement manages future demonstrations while respecting constitutional rights? My last question, Mr. Speaker, so that the CS could take all this together.
What is the status of that question?
Mr. Speaker, I have again received a detailed response, including the number of deaths, the causes and actions taken by the security apparatus at the time. Yeah, maybe the CS will just highlight a bit as he responds to the last question.
You are satisfied?
I am satisfied. He will just highlight, I'm sure.
If you are satisfied, that's okay. Let's go to
lastly, Mr. Speaker,
080.
The last question, yes. The last question is on there's no arrangement.
Senator, Professor, Senator.
Mr. Speaker, the last question is on from the CS Interior and National Administration.
You are not the Cabinet Secretary. I'm the chair of this session.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
You're out of order, Senator.
Could the Cabinet Secretary provide an update on
don't assume you know everything in the world that the chair does not know. Yes.
Mr. Speaker,
conclude.
Could I conclude that the CS could provide highlights when I'm done?
Actually, this is the way to go. Thank you very much, Professor.
Yes, thank you. Could the Cabinet Secretary provide an update on any formal investigations into an incident involving Pastor James Nganga of Neno Evangelism Center, who was recently captured on video slapping a congregant during a live church service? 2, what existing or proposed legislative or policy interventions are available for governing the conduct of religious leaders and institutions which aim at curbing the abuse of force, public humiliation or coercion of congregants and other abuses while upholding the constitutional guarantee of freedom of religion as stipulated under Article 32 of the Constitution? Lastly, what protection exists for worshippers and whistleblowers who report incidents of abuse, violence, or exploitation within religious institutions? The Speaker, the CS can answer those questions.
So that, let me give guidance. What you have said is that you are satisfied with the responses on the 3 questions, isn't it?
Yes, but Mr. Speaker, you could give a highlight of 2 minutes.
No.
I am satisfied, though.
What I want to ask is the senators, if there is any other senator with a supplementary question on the 3 questions. Have you a seat? Senator Mboni?
Mr. Speaker, on the issue of operation. Wait, here.
You can even pronounce it in Kiruya.
Yani khulomba. Yes, Mr. Speaker, operationalization of the locations and sublocation. Minister, could you tell us, there are many new sublocations and locations across the country, and